Royal Enfield 650 twin fuel gauge issues. I get this question like every other day, so hang out with me for a few minutes and let's talk about it. What's up everyone? It's Alex. So about every other day in the comments, I get questions regarding the Royal Enfield 650 twin fuel gauge and whether or not I've seen issues with mine. So I guess a lot of people are seeing on the internet somewhere, forums, I don't know, maybe that there are some common fuel gauge issues with the 650 twins from Royal Enfield. And I would like to pass this question off to you guys, especially my Indian viewers, because you guys usually own a lot more of these Royal Enfields and you guys are an awesome source of info for these kind of issues and stuff. Do you guys own a 650 twin from Royal Enfield, and have you had fuel gauge issues? Anyone out there, if you own a 650 Enfield, let me know in the comments below, have you had any issues with your fuel gauge? So that being said, I have not seen any issues with my fuel gauge thus far, and here's usually what I do. Since I kind of come from the era of carbureted motorcycles, I already had the habit built in of setting my trip meter when I fill up my motorcycle anyway, because that way it lets me know when I'm getting about to the right mileage to switch to my reserve. I just would stop and get gas anyway, instead of always using the reserve petcock. I just kind of, the first couple times I would ride a new motorcycle, I would let it go all the way to reserve. When I switched the petcock over, I would kind of note down, okay, that's how many miles I usually go to reserve. So then after that, every time I filled up, set my trip meter. When I get about to that mileage again, fill up again, it was just less hassle that way. So even in the era of fuel gauges, fuel lights, and fuel injected motorcycles, I've kind of held over the habit of setting my trip meter. So when I fill the motorcycle up, I usually set my trip meter and I pay attention to my fuel gauge. And so far for me, when I fill the motorcycle up, my fuel gauge goes to full like it should, and it tends to drop in a nice consistent manner. So I have not really seen any issues with the fuel gauge accuracy, and about the time the fuel gauge gets down to close to empty, my trip meter is usually at the appropriate number of miles. So that tells me that my fuel gauge and my cluster is operating normally as far as I know. So that's kind of like a long-winded way of explaining. I have not seen any issues out of my fuel gauge yet. I'm about a year into the motorcycle at this point, and here really soon, spoiler alert, I'm going to be doing a 1 year of ownership kind of review update on my Continental GT, likes and dislikes, and I'm going to come up with a couple of dislikes to throw in there, so stick around for that stuff. But no, as of now, I have not been having issues with my fuel gauge. I would love to hear from you guys. The discussions we have in the comments, I think, are really helpful for other people out there that are looking at these motorcycles or any motorcycles at all. So let me know, have you had issues? Have you seen issues? Where are you guys seeing this reported? Because I haven't seen it, and I haven't known anyone that I sold a 650 to also be having issues. I just haven't seen it yet, just me personally. So that's that. I don't have any issues. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Keep the questions coming. As always, have a great day, guys. I'm Alex. Peace.